Happy New Year. We are back. We have all
New Year.
three of us going on here tonight. We are all here. We are the Marketplace Mavericks, and we are kicking off 2026.
The question
Sometimes-
is, are you ready?
we better be ready.
It's here.
Oh. How was everyone's holidays?
There was a holiday?
I think so. I think we had a couple.
What did I miss?
Oh,
Yeah. Holidays came and went, and here we are back at it. We took some time off and visit with our families, and here we are again, ready to kick the year. Looking back, guys, we're a year into this thing.
We can now say we completed a Q4.
Yeah.
We've been doing this thing for a year.
Yeah.
And it probably feels like 3 or 4.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, we all had I think everyone, finished off Q4. Some people took a couple weeks off. Some people ran it hard right until the end. I know I took my 2 weeks kind of and prepared myself for like 2026. And because I kind of want to jump into it running, because I really want to put my foot on the gas all of 2026. I kind of feel like I did like 2 separate businesses in 2025. Half of it was OA, and then I just had to almost go back to zero and start all over again. But now I definitely feel like I'm like, okay, I have a path. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do. I know how
you got a clear path in front of you, John. You know exactly what.
Yeah. So I was like, now is the time to like get funding in line and get ready, know what you want, and push really hard in 2026. And that's
what are you driving?
Me, I'm like a barefoot runner.
Okay, well,
I'm just like I'm a barefoot runner running through Amazon. It's like running through hot coals.
With shoes or without shoes?
No, there's no shoes. There is no shoes.
We took the opposite approach. We went really hard on FBM. That's kind of the way we started, actually, about a year ago this month. And we moved more towards FBA throughout the year. Then once Q4 came around, we had less of a focus on FBA and just started shipping everything out ourselves, FBM. And so we kept buying product and listing it right away. And that was sort of the theme for the entire month of December. And so now we're starting to get back into doing FBA again and less FBM. Yeah. Q4 was basically all FBM, just sending it straight from home.
Did you find your Q4s? I know at one point we had been speaking, Pete, and you and I neither one noticed any kind of a bump. Did you notice any kind as you got closer? I know a lot of people probably just like me. Like, I mean, I'm not doing my shopping but again, I'm looking at Prime options for myself, and you're not Prime. So how does that translate?
Well,
on the lead time?
As far as sales go, we were expecting to have a huge month of December. I'm hearing from other Amazon sellers that it was a little, maybe our expectations were too high. I'm not sure, but we did about a little over 11,000 in sales. We were expecting something around 30. And so we didn't get there. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. Maybe it was, was it a year that people just stopped buying things, or, because of the economy or inflation or whatever. But yeah, I mean, for us, it was a little underwhelming. Next year,
11,000 is still great, but again, you had your expectations there. But again, if you didn't have an expectation, you would have never hit anything. So
you gotta have a goal.
It's gotta set lofty goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How about you, Blake? How was your Q4? How was your Christmas?
Yeah. My Christmas was really good. Had the family. We went and visited some people, and then also did Christmas actually just this past weekend with my brother. Those of you who don't know, I got a twin brother, and so we did Christmas this weekend with my brother and my sister. They all came here, and so we got to hang out with them. Our kids got to see each other, had a great time, and so.
Blake, you have a twin.
You didn't know?
Are you identical? Is there a doppelganger of Blake out there?
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you guys didn't know this.
I didn't know you were a twin. I'm finding this out.
Oh my
I'm a
gosh.
father of twins. I get hyped over twin talk.
Okay, so this is, and a lot of times I'll turn my hat around so you guys can see, but this is my twin brother Brock. know if you can see that or not.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are fraternal, though.
No, we're identical. We're identical.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Let me tap that so you can see.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll say his name.
I mean, I can tell the difference between you two.
At the bottom there. I'm giving his details out there. How do you tell the difference?
I mean, I can tell the difference, but I'm sure when you guys were younger, you definitely couldn't.
Oh, for sure. That's another picture of him. Gosh, that light.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can see you're definitely like similar, but I can see but I'm sure it was when you guys were younger.
Oh, for sure. And he's been gone. He's been gone from McAllister, where we're at, for like 10 or 12 years. And so he comes back and everybody sees him and they call him Blake, and he's like, he's not paying attention, you know? And so it's pretty weird because when that happens, you know, for so long, everybody just knew Blake and Brock. I mean, when you got twins, people just notice you differently, you know? It's just the nature of it. And so,
everybody just calls my daughters, it's just like, oh, the girls.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the girls.
My sisters were always known as Blake and Brock's sisters.
Yeah. The Cutler girls. Like it was always like stuff like that. Like, they just like go together. And my two don't look alike at all.
We do, and we still do. And so we did our Christmas this last weekend and had a great time with everybody. And so now we're just ready to rock and roll. We closed on the land that we needed to get in Missouri, and so we got to go through building a driveway and all these things, get an address for the spot because it's a brand new location, and then we're gonna move forward with building the home there and progress from there. So it's been busy, and it's going to get busier.
Yeah, the holidays are always busy. My daughters, their birthday is the 18th.
Of January?
So of December. So it is the Christmas time for us is just like Christmas, like birthday, it's like a 3-week long thing. So so we started off the holiday season with me officially. It's me taking a deep breath. I have teenagers.
Yep.
And Dad hasn't really wrapped his head around that. I have teenage daughters officially. And we're having a little bit of a tough time with that. They're fine.
I about to say that
they're fine.
Not the girls.
Dad's having a little tough time with that. I never look like when you have when your wife's pregnant, when they're toddlers, when they're going to I never thought of 13. Sure. I thought about as high as 10. And I never thought of 13. And I know Pete right now is looking at me going, you're in for it because he's already done this.
Yeah, my daughter's 19 years old, and she just started her freshman year of college. So she's, kind of away from home. I don't really get to see her as much as I used to. But, really enjoy, even though you're having some troubles there, John, still try to find some silver linings and enjoy the time.
They're fantastic. It's a dad issue.
Mine's 14. My oldest is 14, and she'll be 15 come July. But my youngest is going to be 9 in about a week and a half or two, something like that. So now you're getting both of them into all these hormones, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's my house. My house is full of it, but that it's okay. Yep. Everything is fine. Other than that, I kind of kept on working all through vacation, and I think I am as prepared as I'm going to be. I'm looking into doing a couple of different things. I had a meeting today with an ad agency. I'm thinking about possibly going that route. I really like the girl that does my PPC now. My VA gave me her, she'd talked to her before, and she's part-time per diem, and she's really good, but this agency, number one, it is American-based, so the owner, kind of the same thing as us. He runs it, but then he has VAs that do a lot of the work. He actually spoke at Sellers United.
Okay.
And I was referred to him by a couple other wholesalers, because that's really the only way of doing this, because my LinkedIn I use a lot. The amount of PPC specialists and agencies is unreal.
Overwhelming.
I could never, and they all look good. They all look good. So it's the only way of doing this is a referral. So Brad, the guys that I had on last week, they used him, they swear by him, and that's really how you make the choice, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they tell me they're doing, I don't know, I think they did $5 million in December. And they're like, he's fantastic. And I'm like, okay, I'm going with him. Like, I did that Connect books and went through all that because it was like 2 different wholesalers were like, yep, use it. Sucks for the first 30 days, and then you can't live without it once you learn it, you know? Like, so that's really the way. And as much as I like my people, like, especially me knowing that I'm going for it, I'm doing brand direct. I have 3 exclusives right now, which are the hardest way of advertising. And the most difficult, much harder than like just a simple PPC plan. So, and you know, a lot of times with the VAs, they're really polite and they're really nice, but she doesn't give me enough pushback, or not pushback, but kind of like, hey, if you want this to sell, this is what we need to do.
You need some aggressiveness.
Like, this is what you need to do. You know, hey, you know, your tacos, your ACOS, they're going to be below. Hey, like, if you really want this to blow up, like, guess what? You're probably going to take a 3% loss your first order. Like, tell me ahead of time. Tell me, like, all this stuff that can happen. Like, here's our process. This is our plan. With her, and I actually had this guy, he quickly went into my seller's account and, like, looked at all the campaigns. He's like, listen, she's not screwing you. He was like,
she's what?
He's like, this guy was like, she's not screwing you. She's doing a good job, like, overall. He couldn't give me like, hey, this is what he wasn't looking at the plans, but just by looking at what I'm spending, what I'm bringing in, like the general numbers, he's like, yeah, you're good. Like, you're fine. Like I know what he understood what I wanted to do, but that was my first thing. Like, is she doing a good job? Like, I have no idea. I mean, I do have an idea, but like something like an agency, and I don't know how much it is yet, but it's basically like a monthly fee and they handle all that stuff. And when you get a good one, you get one
It'll
that
pay off.
Like, it can pay off. It's just, I was so afraid of like looking for one. I'm like, because they're all going to tell you the same thing.
Right.
Like,
it's just who does it best.
Yeah, it's just who does it best. And who knows? Like, this guy might not do it best, but I know now 2 or 3 guys have come to me and been like, yes, he's good. And all 2 or 3 of these people that have said it to me know a lot more about Amazon than me, you know? And they have also gone through a bunch of people. And they've had a bunch of bad ones. So I'm like, okay. So learning a lot of stuff like that, trying to really streamline my business.
I'm sure it'll be a constant
streamlining
process, trying to always refine and refresh and try to find the best ways that's working. Because what's working now may not work in 6 months.
Right. And a lot of, you know, I talked to the Ecom Unlimited guys that were on a couple weeks ago, and they do all their own things. And it does make sense, because what I always say is, like, I want to do what drives revenue. That's our jobs. You know, no matter how big you get, you want to do what drives revenue. And I'm like, so it does make sense to do your own advertising, because that's driving your revenue, right? So that's the number one thing that's making me nervous. I was like, I'm outsourcing the most important part. Not as so much in OA, but in brand direct. Like, and I'm launching 3 products, and I have a PPC specialist who is doing okay, but I just don't know. Like, I need somebody more bold and to really start mapping out, this is how it's, because I want to learn it. Because now I'm doing too much outreach right now. It would be spreading myself too thin. But maybe when I don't have to do a year from now, when I really don't have to do outreach too much anymore.
And then you can begin the other.
Do I want to do it all myself, save myself a bunch of money? Because like the Ecom Unlimited guys, they all do it themselves. They're like, listen, we kind of like it. It's interesting to us, which the ad part of it is actually, it's interesting to me. And like marketing in general. So it does interest me. And they were like, we save a bunch of money and we just like learned it on our own.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I think, you know, either with an agency or doing it yourself, or I can learn from the agency, you know, I can think about that a year from now. But I did like the idea of the ecom guys. They're like, no, we do it all of ourselves. Like, I was like, that could be something like I might want to do myself
down the road. But like you said, you got to get yourself organized and make sure you're ready for that.
And those guys are also in a partnership too. So they got a lot more time. Yeah, they got a lot more. I actually know. I know Josh actually has a job, like a 9-to-5 job. He's a physical therapist, I think. But yeah, I think a lot overall, like it's still two guys like running the business. So you have you probably have a lot more time. Then it really makes sense. But even for me, it might be something because we want to do what drives revenue. So that was a good talk I had today with him. And now he's going to go in and really audit everything.
That's cool.
And then I think for the most part, they're like a monthly fee, which is what I'm doing now. They're a monthly fee. And then what I actually like is, and I have no idea what the numbers are. This is just what somebody else mentioned to me. They take a piece of the commission. But I'm fine with that.
Yeah, if you're making it, it's good. They're helping you get it.
I'm curious, John, do you have like a total in the amount of fees that you pay or have started or had to, start accumulating and paying in terms of being brand direct solely? I mean, do you have like do you keep track of all those fees in like in a spreadsheet?
Yeah, which I'm going to be really keeping track of when I do my taxes soon. For the most part, so I've had some one-time fees. Like I got my store trademarked. That was about $1,500.
Yeah.
The brand that I'm doing that I import in, I had to get a bond, and it made much more sense to do a year-long bond. That was $500. But for like monthly fee, I mean, for
was it the Canadian grocery? Or what was that?
There's one. I have one in grocery, but it comes from Canada, so it was easier for me just to get a year-long bond to be able to bring stuff over than doing it per order. Yeah, okay. I was confused as anybody else when I was doing it.
You need 500? Here you go.
Yeah, that's really what it came down to. And then during the week, I'd probably payroll and everything, probably $500 a week. Sometimes, and I'm not paying myself yet, sometimes $6, depending on if I'm using my graphic designer. But I don't need him much. For the most part, like if we're just doing simple pictures, my VA will go on like Canva and edit pictures. Mm-hmm. We won't use him for that, but like all the brands that I launched, there were some weeks that his bill was $400, but he had done like a whole brand or something like that. So he's not much of a cost anymore. But yeah, a couple of VAs and stuff like that. My stuff is costing, I mean, I'm probably making after profit and everything. I'm making almost enough to like pay myself. Not quite. And I'm constantly scaling, so cash flow I never have.
Do we want to share what our final 2025 sales were?
Yeah, I did.
Right, you went from OA to wholesale, right, or FBA to wholesale.
Yeah, I'll look.
Blake has been FBA this entire time. I started off FBM, switched over to FBA, switched back to FBM. And so I feel like we all took a little bit different paths. And it'd be interesting to know kind of what the sales looked like for that entire year.
I did 302,000.
Yeah, you did pretty awesome. Yours is.
And my first sale was March 1st.
Okay, mine was back in January. That's what it shows me here. I had 3 orders, I think, in the month of January. It's showing me January. Sorry, that's showing me January 26th for whatever reason. So my last 12 months, I did 87,000.
And then I followed up in third place, if you will, at 66,000. So I don't know if all that flip-flopping helped me or hurt me, or just maybe I just got the wrong end of the stick. But I also had a what is it called? A couple of hits to my performance
to your account,
which affects things.
That does affect that as well. But all in all, I think that we all learned quite a few things throughout the year that we're going to take into 2026 and make it even better. So looking forward.
Yeah. I mean, I was 300. Yeah, I didn't think I did that much. You don't really feel like you did that much. But yeah, it's been it has been a year. I learned a lot.
Crazy.
I learned a lot. That is for sure.
That's a definitive. Yes.
Yeah. No, it's always good to look back and see what your numbers are. See what I'm interested to see what like my brand direct stuff, my exclusive stuff. I gotta come up with names, but the Ecom Unlimited guys on their podcast, they do something kind of cool. They like to talk about like their brand direct accounts, like where they are in margin wise, and kind of like keep themselves accountable without giving anything away. And they come up with code names for their brands.
Okay.
So I got to come up with some code names for some of the brands that I'm working with.
John, if you need to name something after me, I get it. It's okay.
Yeah. So
Let me be your moneymaker, though.
They got some good names for some of the brands that they're working with. So yeah, it's a good way to kind of keep accountable because I want by the end of 2026, I want 5 exclusive, fast moving, good selling brands of, I would say, I want them to all be performing over 10K a month.
That's a great goal, my man.
Maybe one of them does 100 because it definitely is true. Like most of your business, no matter what, from brand to like your overall catalog, like that 80-20 rule, or maybe 70-30. Like a brand, like one ASIN is going to do most of your business. And then for whatever reason, and no matter how long someone has been selling on Amazon, like I'll be like, well, why didn't the others do well? And so many times they're like, don't know. They're like, sometimes you can do all the research you can on products, and then like it just doesn't sell on Amazon. And you don't have a reason. Like it just doesn't. And so like a lot of their catalogs, they're like, most of my catalog is like the top like couple products are doing most of it, and everything else just fills in. And that really goes for like brands to selling to everything. Like, my catalog is way too heavy on just one thing right now. I think mine's like a little bit extreme, but in general, like even though you don't like it, you want everything just to be selling the same. So if you lose one brand, it's not okay. A lot, but like it's not how it works. Like chances are, if you're doing 500K a month, like 70% of that is probably coming from 2 brands. It's like, it's probably all coming from certain ones and everyone. So you just kind of try to keep like that in mind.
Is it weird looking back today saying you thought you would be here, John? Or is it like I am doing something I never in a million years dreamed I would be doing?
No, I knew I was going to be here.
You did?
Yeah.
In terms of the success where you're at now, or in terms of the e-commerce side?
Success, e-commerce, both. I thought I'd be doing more. I thought I'd be doing more right now. I wanted 100K by the end of 20.
Okay.
But I'm okay with not being there because
But you knew you were going to go into e-com.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew.
Mine was very intentional.
Okay.
So like my path here was like, it was intentional. It was like my business was gone. I was going into this. I have X amount of dollars. I can live for this long without taking a paycheck, taking it from other places. Like, so whatever you're going to do, like you need to do it, and you need to scale it, and you need to do it now. So like the scaling was like a big part of it. And a lot of it was whatever money that I invest into this, 95% of it is going directly to inventory. Directly to like what I'm selling. I don't have to redo a building. I don't have to go out and get insurance. I don't have to I just don't have to do all the things that you do in brick and mortar. And so, yeah, I do kind of expect to be where I am now. It was just, I knew getting to this point was going to be, I knew for 2 years, it's going to be a grind, like in any business. So I'm like, I'm halfway there. I've learned it. I basically did like 2 businesses in 1 year. I don't think I really understood the difference between, I thought like the way to wholesale would just keep on scaling and going. And that's why I thought I'd be at 100 where I'm at between 50 to 60. But it was really because I didn't realize like I was starting all over again. So I've really only been doing it since July. So that's like a lot of, I just didn't expect like that big of a change from one to the other. I didn't really think it would be like starting over, but it was completely starting over.
Right. Well, very cool. I think
go ahead. Something that takes longer. You don't get that instant gratification of like ordering something and it just goes. It takes a while.
I mean, it's the same thing no matter what you're doing. You're going to have to work at it. Give yourself time, give yourself room for error, all these things that we know. It's just, like you said, you want the instant gratification. Sometimes it comes. Sometimes you luck out in things. Mr. and boom, right?
Yeah, you came in it with it, like, you got to come in with it with like a plan. You don't have to. I mean, so many people start this business like by accident, right? So you can completely do it that way. This is just the way that I was doing it. I was like, okay, if you're going to do this, do this. And part of it was some ego, and this is no knock to you 25-year-olds, but I was like, if those motherfuckers can do it, I better be able to do it.
I got to do it too.
I was like, they are not much older than my kids. I was like, I have got to be able to take what I've learned over 20 years and figure out a way to apply it, like, to something
I don't know
that's
that that's a bad ego
new.
thing, though.
Yeah, it's just like something completely new. Because like you said, like, first time we talked was you trying to like help me get my thermal printer going and like all that stuff, and all still stuff I suck at. Like, I just suck less, and like.
But so, in other ways, you're way beyond me and Pete, you know?
So, yeah, a lot of it is just like, I did not expect. I did expect to be here, but I didn't expect a podcast. I didn't expect, like, really finding out, like, I thought it was just going to be me alone and talking to Miles a couple times. Like, everything else was, all that other stuff was like a surprise.
Wow. Pete, wrap it up for us.
Well, we have quite a few expectations for 2026, and it's at least for me. We launched my wife's candle brand back in December, and we're expecting big things there. I'm actually the one doing all the, creating the listings and doing the A+ content and taking the pictures and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm launching her brand, and then I'm also taking on a brand direct, a coffee brand locally here, and we're going to try to delve into that and see what happens with that. But all that's going to be sort of at the beginning of the year, going to be pushing forward with that, but also at the same time, again, starting with FBA, going back to doing FBA and just sort of focusing on that. But it sounds like we all have our expectations for 2026. I'm curious, if we were to set a number on what our sales would be by the end of the year, that way we can look back at this video in 12 months and see if we hit that goal. What would you guys say would be your estimation?
Well, I know I'm going to be doing some restructuring on some things. So, I honestly don't have a number at this point. I would love to see the brand direct I have completely take off. And I would also love to get a couple other brand directs. I'm not going to be doing a ton of the RA, the OA. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of that. I'm going to be scaling backwards on some of that. And so I'm going to be restructuring some of my stuff there. But so I wouldn't say that I don't have an expectation. I just don't know what to expect. I would love to say 100,000 in just the brand direct that I have currently. Will it get? I don't know that answer. I've got to work it.
Yeah, do some research. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, 6 figures. I mean, 120. I love 150. Yeah, I think I could. I think it's really just 100. I mean, I'm over 50 now, so be adding 100,000. I should be. I mean,
you should be able to hit that easy, John.
Yeah, I mean, I want 6 figures by summer, and then I'm thinking like to get more into
Q1.
Yeah, I want to get, and I think that I am going to. We'll see what happens, but I'm sourcing a lot of holiday products. So, and a lot of times that means I got to buy it in August, something like that. But if I can get into that, because just some guys, you get the right one, and it's just. You got to put the money out a little earlier, but like usually the margins are very strong. Like you're going to be over 20% and it pumps. You can take something that's $30-$40 and it's moving $7,000-$8,000 a month. So you can do just like not for long, but
you just got to front it.
Yeah, just stupid number. Like I sourced this one guy. It was a very holiday product. It was doing like 3K in September, and I saw it. I'm still talking to him. I'm going to call him back soon. But September was like doing 2 or 3, I think just 2. I'm like, oh, that's okay. And then like I checked last week, so like this, and it was doing 10K. I mean, even 2K a month, that's great. But like 10, and this thing was like $35.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Ripping 10K. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, holiday products I would like to, and that was an exclusive. He's doing 10K, but there was only like 4 sellers. So, and I'm sure he's got map pricing. So you're all staying at the same price, and then it just trades off buy boxes and stuff. So like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, stuff like that. We're gonna see how far we can go. So yeah, we can hold each other accountable here. That if I'm not 6 figures by the end of this year, then I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, really, that's motivation for yourself. And, to know that you've been able to do.
If I'm not 6 figures by a year from now, then I'm putting far too much work and I'm not getting the return on my investment. And I need to go find like something else to do.
Well, you have my vote of confidence, John. I think you're well on your way. So
we're gonna see. So, but yeah, we're going to have a whole bunch of awesome guests in 2026. You guys are going to have us for an entire year.
What up?
In 2026. So buckle up, get comfortable. The Marketplace Mavs are here to stay in 2026.
And if you want to call us, reach out to us through email, you can always do that at marketplacemavericks@gmail.com, marketplacemavericks@gmail.com. And until the next episode, guys, have a good night.
See you guys later.